If you have one online, please use the raise hand feature and we'll get to you once we're through with the room. Thank you. All right, Menges, why don't you start us off with your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I thought it was a great match. I mean, every time we play them, it's a battle. And the messaging before the game from Mike was kind of, yeah, come for the battle, but don't make it a street fight. Make it like a boxing match. We're prepared for this. Don't let it get out of our control. And so I think we rose to that occasion. I think that's what we did.
Menges, obviously, a comprehensive win despite the back and forth nature of the game. Do you think that is a statement about who this team wants to be?
Yeah, I'm so happy we got the shutout. That it feels like we won handily. When you look at the score, if you watch the game, like transition like crazy, but that's how this game was always going to be. Yeah. I think we could have scored a few. I think we also got lucky on a few. I think they could have capitalized on, but yeah, it was a good game.
And for the back line, how difficult was Pino to handle throughout this match? It seemed like she had a hand in a lot of what they did. Yeah,
she's hard because she'll take a touch and blast it over the top. Nobody else thinks to do that. I mean, Fishlock does, but she wasn't playing. But we've played her enough that I think you kind of know that that's coming, and so anything's coming, and so you kind of can prepare for that. Her crosses are very difficult to defend. Kelly had a few that she flicked over and ended up going across the box, but yeah, she's always difficult. Yeah.
And how was it for the team to have Becky back and returning for the minutes that she got?
Yeah, so great. She didn't skip a beat. She came right in. Great to have her back.
Hey Emily, obviously you battled a lot of injury at the beginning of the year, and then you just came back obviously with this great game. How much does it mean to you in the backline to have such a great performance, especially for you as well?
Yeah, thank you. I've been for the last year and a half battling a few things. I'm finally feeling like myself again, which is fun. It's trying to build fitness while also picking up weird small injuries is something I'm learning happens when you're turn 30. And so, yeah, but it's great to be back. It's great to be feeling like I'm playing like myself again. So that's great. And of course, in this game, yeah, of course. I found out, I think I said to Ryan the other day, I found out that a huge chunk of the players on our team had never beat Seattle because we have not beat them since maybe fall series 2020, I think. And so that's, yeah, this is the big one. So hurt my heart a little bit hearing that.
And then Kling's been talking about playing with joy and fun. How much fun did you guys have out there today?
Yeah, so much fun. I mean, yeah, it gets tiring, but she has really done a great job, to her credit, of drilling that into our heads. And so she doesn't just say it once, she says it every game. And yeah, so it's something that I think has started kind of easing itself into kind of our subconscious as well. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun.
I think it's Sam Coffey's performance in front of you guys in the back line. Just felt like she won every ball and was all over the pitch. How important is it to have a ball winner like that in front of a defense?
Yeah, so important. I mean, the way that they played too, with kind of Balser sitting so annoying in that pocket. Sam did such a good job of, if she couldn't get there on the first touch, she got there so Balser couldn't turn and get out the other side. And then her back press I felt was phenomenal today as well. She did. She's incredible. I feel like this is a bunch of games in a row now that Sam has really dominated the midfield. So yeah, that's fun to see.
Any more questions in the room? All right, we'll take any questions online if you have one, Paul. If not, we'll wrap it there.
Paul, go ahead and raise your hand if you do have a question. Looks like we're good.
Cool. We'll wrap it there. Thanks, Emily. Mike. Go ahead and just start us off with your thoughts on the match, and congrats on the first win here in a very long time.
Thanks. Thoughts on the match? I'll lean forward. Listen, really happy. So tough place to come, local rivalry, 3 points clean sheet, 7-point week across the 3 games in the 8 days, 2 trips away to San Diego, OLR rain, obviously both being top, well, second and third first and second last year. So tough places to come. So really happy, really proud of the group. I thought the character was fantastic. We were ready to scrap and battle, but I asked them to stick to strategy as well and just keep control, and I felt we did that. Yeah, we had to dig deep at times. It wasn't always pretty, but yeah, really happy to be coming away with 3 points.
Mike Menges said that you told the team not to make it a street fight, but more of a boxing match. Do you think that that played out the way that you hoped?
Yeah, if I look at fouls against, yellow cards, I thought the discipline was good. And what I said, like, the thought process behind that was we knew we'd be scrappy. We knew we'd have to battle. Knew there'd be physicality. But I didn't want a street fight because my description of a street fight is as just random people throwing Hail Marys. You can't plan for it. It just happens. But a boxing match, you train for mentally, physically, and you have a strategy. And that's what we had done. And that's why I asked them to stay in control of it. And I always asked them to go toe to toe with them, but to stay on strategy and be who we are and just not drop the level of a street fight. So yeah, I thought they did a good job.
And for the team to get as comprehensive a win as this was, despite how back and forth the match was, do you feel like that's a statement, about what this team wants to be?
Statements, I don't know. I think what we did differently today was we were under the cosh a bit beginning of the second half. Well, under the cosh. We didn't have momentum, I think. Felt we rode that well. We didn't concede. We dug deep. And then we were able to like shift the momentum. I think that's what I'm really proud of. I don't know if it's a statement, but I think it does show what this group is capable of. We can do the fighting and scrapping. We've got the qualities. I think we showed a bit of variety in terms of how we attacked the day. We turned them at times. We tried to play. So yeah, I think it's just who we are. We've done it more consistently the day. I think we've been trying to do it for the past few weeks, but I would say arguably we've done it consistently over 90 minutes for the most part of the day.
Mike, congrats on the win. Can you talk to us about your back line today and just the general defense as well?
Yeah, listen, I think again collective effort. So they have done well at the back. We knew what threats they had. I think they showed a different demeanor. I think there's probably that self-belief and confidence is etching back in them. And I think you just saw that from body language, decisions, partnerships. Same with Bella as well in behind there. But asked them to be brave defending. We tried to get after them and press them a bit higher. We knew we could be exposed and we knew they had the qualities to get after her. But we said, look, let's be committed. Let's be brave to it. And then when we did get broken, the backline cleaned things up. So, yeah, I think just a collective 14, 15 player defensive display.
Bella mentioned down sort of came back in a minute. You said, just wondering what her status is.
She's got a bit of tightness in her hip. She was reporting it slightly at half time. And I think on the cross where she came back across her body, I think that's where it's just aggravated that. So I don't have an update post game on it. But yeah, it was a bit of hip tightness.
Wondering if you could talk a little bit about Crystal Dunn's performance in this game as she's starting to tally her full 90 matches, what she brings to the midfield and the team as a whole in terms of her energy.
Yeah, Crystal, I think on the ball first half, probably we didn't have the impact we've had from her recently, but she was everywhere. I think defensively, she was really solid. Second half, we saw more of her on the ball. But yeah, I mean, I would say today, like really, really disciplined and aggressive defensive performance. So we've seen more of the attacking recently, but yeah, I just think it showed the variability that she has.
Great. Do we have any questions online? Paul, if you do, go ahead. If not, we'll wrap it here.
Yep, we are good. We'll
Really?
wrap there.
So congrats on the win and the
Thanks.
goal. Why don't you just start us off with your thoughts on the match?
Okay, I mean, obviously it feels good to get a win against this team. It's a big game always, and I know we haven't gotten a win against them in the regular season in a while. So honestly, it wasn't the prettiest the whole time, but we grinded it out. We, got opportunities, and at the end of the day, it's good to get the result we want.
And so for you to get a goal after a few games,
Mhm.
really wanting one,
Yeah.
how did it feel for you?
It felt good. Like I've been kind of just staying level headed and not overthinking, not scoring a goal, because at the end of the day, I do feel like I've still impacted the game in a lot of different ways. But obviously as a 9, as a goal scorer, I take a lot of pride in helping my team, score goals. So not doing that for a little bit obviously was hard, and it was something I had to kind of deal with internally, because I didn't want to, negatively affect the team when we were playing well. But to just get a goal in a big game like this, I kind of just like lights a new fire in me and just makes me feel kind of back to being self.
For sure, and your ability to distribute has been something that is shown this year.
Mhm.
If you felt sort of some consolation in that, knowing that you've been able to contribute in a new and
Yeah.
is impactful way.
Yeah, I think I will do whatever, the game gives to me. If that's assisting, that's assisting. And I think so far this season, I haven't been getting the same opportunities kind of as last season. And that's just, how teams are playing us. They're kind of figuring that out. So if I can get wide and assist, I'm going to do that, every single time, because at the end of the day, what's most important is our team getting the result. And however I can help, is what I'll do.
One of the more comprehensive wins for the team this year against a team in the rain that played you guys really well up and down the field. Do you feel like that's a statement win?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime that we get a clear win and we dominate the game, that's a statement. But I think this team, that's the expectation. We don't, we're going to celebrate this because it's a big win, but how we played tonight and getting these results is just the bare minimum, I think, that we expect of ourselves. So I think going, forward, we expect nothing less than this. I think we've had a month of ups and downs and not getting all the results that we want, but I think this is kind of, it's a new month. I think we kind of all are just excited to get back to being the team that we know we can be, and I truly believe it's the best team in the league.
Sophia, you mentioned what getting that goal did for you and the confidence for the team. Just scoring so early in the first half against the rival in the big game. How much does that go towards settling the nerves that might be there?
Yeah, I think it's huge. Anytime we can get up early on, I think it just allows us to kind of take a breath and settle into the game and not be super frantic and, forcing things. So when you're up a goal, you can kind of, play the soccer that you want to play and find a little bit of comfort in the scoreline, but also know that 1-0 is a very dangerous game to play, and the game is not won, and we need to continue to create chances and put more away. So 1-0 up early on is a good place to be, but I think we find that balance of finding like comfort in that and being able to play the soccer we want to play, but at the same time always wanting a lot more. Yeah, you good?
Yeah, but Mike, Emily Menges mentioned earlier that Mike told you before the game that they want this game to turn to a street fight.
Yeah.
To be more of a boxing match. Is that how it felt for you on the field? It looks like you were definitely going up strong against some of the rain defenders. Yeah, kind of good for you on the field.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely didn't want it to turn into a bloodbath, because a lot of the times we play this team and like the quality of soccer is lost and it's really just like a fight. We wanted to control the game and we wanted to play soccer. We wanted to play the way that we know how to play, and I think we did that from the start, and we didn't let it get out of hand. Obviously there are some fouls here and there, but that's soccer, that's what it is. But I think we did a good job of just keeping our composure and connecting and, not forcing things and, just playing well.
You said not forcing things too. It looks like you had just a lot of space. Looks like the defenders couldn't take the ball off of your foot. Was it just you just felt a lot of control? Were they giving you a lot of space? What were you finding there on the
I think this was just a good game for me. I think I felt like myself, and knowing myself, I turn, I go at people, I keep the ball, I dribble, I connect. And today, honestly, like for the first time in a while, I felt completely 100% like Sophie. And it's a good feeling to have, because when I feel like that, I'm really confident and I want the ball and I want to turn and I want to go. So yeah, I think the defense, they gave us what they gave us, but I think I was just trying to find the spaces that I could and impact the game how I could.
Thanks.
Tamara, do you have anything?
Did someone already ask you to kind of walk us through the goal?
No.
Because usually that's the first question.
No.
Can you walk us through that goal?
Yeah, if I can, okay. I think Hina passed it to me, yeah. And I just like faced up, I think kind of side top of the box, and I saw the opportunity to beat someone 1v1, and I saw a split opening where I could just take a shot, and I wanted to make sure I went into this game not afraid to take shots. That's how you score at the end of the day. So I saw an opening and I just ripped it and went in. That's about it.
And I noticed a couple of points throughout the game that you were, I mean, from my vantage point, there was a lot of this, so I imagine there was like pep talk and like rousing up. Anything you can share about like what you were trying to convey?
Yeah, I think we spent too much of this game kind of taking too much time to figure out what we wanted to do when we got the ball. The surface is what it is. So I think when you play it into someone, the touch might be bobbly, it might be this and that. So I was trying to tell people, know what you're gonna do before you get the ball so that you can play quick, because there were times when we would get it, look up, then decide what we were doing. Our pass gets blocked. So I think I was just kind of like, there needs to be a little bit more urgency in knowing what you want to do with the ball before you get it so that we can keep the ball.
Right. Paul, if you have a question, you can go ahead now. If not, we'll wrap here.
Good job, Soph.
You're good. I
Clear?
think he's good. Yeah, thank you.
I assume that means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold the